Okay, how do you teach a really big idea to a really small mind? A concept like size itself? It's a huge challenge, right? Well, the answer might just be in a super simple story about an elephant and a mouse. Let's dive in.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to hear that simple story about sides. We'll meet our characters and see exactly how the lesson plays out. And then, this is the fun part, we're going to break down why it's so incredibly effective. I'll leave you with 3 powerful teaching keys you can literally use anywhere.
All right, first up, a tale of 2 sizes. We are going right back to basics here to see how a really fundamental idea, something we all take for granted, is actually taught for the very first time.
I mean, this is the core question, isn't it? It's a puzzle every parent and every teacher has to solve. These abstract ideas can be so tricky, but the solution? Well, it turns out it's surprisingly simple. It all just starts with setting the perfect stage. Okay, so let's meet the stars of our show, an elephant and a mouse. And the real magic here isn't just about the animals themselves. It's about the powerful, unmistakable contrast they represent. So first, the teacher introduces the elephant. And just listen to how simple and direct this is. No big words, no complicated sentences. It's just, this is an elephant. An elephant is big. It's so clear, so confident. It gives us our first solid anchor point. And then comes the brilliant flip side. This is a mouse. A mouse is small. See? The contrast couldn't be more extreme or more obvious. And that is absolutely the point. We now have our 2 opposing ideas perfectly brought to life. Now that the stage is set, let's watch this lesson in action. This is where it goes from just being a statement to a really engaging back-and-forth dialogue. You're going to want to listen for the call and response here. The teacher kicks it off with a super simple test. There are no tricks here. It's just a direct question to see if the idea landed. Is the elephant big or small? And boom, the kids get it instantly. Big. You can just imagine the excitement, right? That concept has officially clicked. The teacher immediately reinforces that idea by switching to the opposite. Okay, awesome. Now, what about the mouse? Is the mouse big or small? And they nail it again. Small. They aren't just echoing words. You can tell they're actually connecting the word to the right character. The link has been made. But the lesson's not quite done yet. And this next part, this is just brilliant. The teacher shifts from just talking about size to making it physical. By asking the kids to show me big hands and then show me small hands, she's taking this lesson to a whole other level. And trust me, this step is absolutely crucial. So, we've seen the story happen. It's simple, it's fast, and it is incredibly effective. But why does it work so well? Let's pull back the curtain for a second and deconstruct the magic. It's so easy to look at this and just think, oh, that's a cute little game. But what we just saw is actually a masterclass in early childhood education. So what's really going on under the surface that makes this so powerful? It really all boils down to 3 core principles. 3 simple, but honestly profound keys to teaching that are on full display in this tiny interaction. And here they are. Number 1, use clear contrast. Number 2, get physical. And number 3, celebrate success. Let's break each one of these down real quick. So the first key is the absolute power of contrast. An elephant versus a mouse leaves 0 room for confusion. You're not comparing, say, a dog and a cat, which can be kind of close in size. No, you're comparing a giant to a tiny speck. For a mind that's just learning, that kind of clarity is everything. It paints a bold, unforgettable picture. Next up, get physical. When the teacher has the kids make big hands and small hands, the lesson literally moves from their heads into their bodies. This is what some people call kinesthetic learning, and it is so powerful. It actually forges a physical connection to an abstract idea, which locks it into their memory so much better. And finally, celebrating success. The teacher wraps up with, very good, and great job. And this isn't just about being nice, That positive reinforcement builds confidence, and more importantly, it makes learning feel joyful and fun. It makes kids want to learn more. So, there you have it. It's a simple little formula for teaching big ideas. You start with really clear opposites, you get the body involved, and you celebrate every single little win. These 3 keys can unlock understanding for pretty much any concept you can think of. So that leaves us with one final question.
These principles don't just work for teaching kids about size, right? They can be used for explaining anything, from a complex business strategy to a tricky scientific theory. So think about it for a second. What big idea will you teach with a small story?